What's up, guys? It's your boys Wookie back with another Chris Watts video, but instead of a Chris Watts video, it's an NK video. And because NK wanted or was obsessed with Shanann, I think she was honestly probably more obsessed of Shanann than Chris, but not in the ways of love, but in the ways of wanting to be her. She wanted the children, she wanted the house, she wanted the job, she wanted Chris, she wanted the firstborn son. And there's a lot that can tell about this with Shanann Cato's newest book that she posted not too long ago. I think it was like 3-ish months ago, 3-4 months ago. But what's gonna be the thing is the books which I read and the facts that are in there that kind of show a big opening of more discovery facts that could be tied into why NK did what she did, why Chris had her in there with her, and it opens up her eyes. And what we're gonna do too as well, we're going to be watching Watts the Obsession about her partake on this with my partake on this and see if they correlate together as well. So before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed by hitting the white bar icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video. Then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys so very much for that continued love and support that you guys show on this channel every single day. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and we'll continue to keep growing. Also, go over to the Watts the Obsession. Go give her some love. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. She definitely puts a lot of heart and soul into her videos, and make sure you guys go give her some love. So with that being said, I want to put this out there. Again, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We're only seeking for the truth. And definitely, I think that NK, and when I say NK, I mean Nichol Kessinger, for those that don't know who NK is, because there are people that don't know. But I want to reiterate that I do believe that Shanann sought out them and hunted them, stalked them, and what have you, and whatnot. The whole 2017 Google accidental where she had written in there stating that it was a typo. She literally looked out for them, or not looked out for them in a good way, but looked at everything. She knew banking information. She knew their school information. She pretty much knew everything about Shanann, Chris, Bella, Cece. She knew everything. She literally was in the interrogation, or the interview, I should say, not interrogation. She literally spouted off everything that she knew. And it was a lot more than probably a girlfriend. Even if, like, when I separated from my ex-wife, I didn't tell my new fiance about any of this crap. And yet, Chris blurted out everything. I feel that Nichol Kessinger, the Mistress, I should just say the Mistress, watch Shanann on a regular basis when Shanann went live. There are times that we saw Shanann getting mean, angry bubbles on her screen. You know how you can sit there and hit the like button, or a happy face, or a love emote and stuff like that? There was a angry emote in there. Who else would have that been besides NK? NK despised Shanann. For some reason, she felt like she should have been the main squeeze. She wasn't the main squeeze. She was the second squeeze. She should have never been the squeeze. But yet she wanted everything that Shanann was and what Shanann built herself up to be. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the video.
A new book came out about Christopher Watts. It's called The Many Faces of Christopher Watts. The author is Shanann Cato, who wrote the book Letters from Christopher. Book came out just a couple days ago, and I purchased the Kindle version as well as the hardcover book out of courtesy, and I just finished reading the Kindle version. And wow, while there are many things in that book that very well may be true, it is my opinion that some of the book, at least, is comprised of the many rumors and inflated stories that have come to be created over the years about Christopher Watts, and particularly his relationship with Nichol Kessinger. I will be talking more about the contents of Shanann Cato's book. I'm going to be holding a live stream rather soon so we can all talk about it together. But I just want to read one excerpt from her book that offers commentary on several different aspects of the relationship with Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger and the possible part Nichol Kessinger may have played in this crime, particularly psychologically. She says, NK, Nichol Kessinger, I believe, could sense at times the guilt Christopher was feeling over cheating on his family. So she decided to step up her game. She offered him all sorts of illicit sex.
I do believe that.
Feeling this would pull him toward her.
Butt stuff.
And it worked.
Gross.
Christopher said she would talk about Shanann a lot and ask him all sorts of questions. I believe she was obsessed with Shanann.
She was. She wanted to know everything. And it was, again, none of her dang business. She was a weasel. She was a fox that was trying to find the rat or the whatever, the information. Or she's pretty much a rat on cheese. She literally tried to find every little detail about Shanann and then exploit it to Chris and make him feel that Shanann was not good enough. She made Shanann look like the bad person. And yet, we don't need to look at Nicole. We don't know. We're fine. Nicole, she should live her life. Let her go.
And wanted her life and wanted her home. She did spend time over there, and the belief that she was only there twice is a total lie. About the time Christopher was going to the Carolinas to meet Shanann and the girls, he started to feel less enamored towards Nichol Kessinger. They stopped having sex so often, and he said at one point he was even a little irritated when he wanted to go home for a while, and she just wanted to talk about everything. She was afraid to let that happen because he might choose his family. I think the statements in that excerpt from Shanann Keitel's book are true, and I absolutely think that Nichol Kessinger was, in fact, obsessed with Shanann Watts, and I think it's possible that she was obsessed with Shanann Watts long before the end of the story.
Agreed.
Just like, this is a horrible, horrible thing. Like, how dare you, you know, and people aren't going to understand that. You know, they're going to say, oh, you know, you're the woman that had an affair with this man who took out his whole family. And I take a step back and it's just like, I didn't know. Like,
Yes, you did, flippin' know. I hope you're watching this because you knew the exact entire time. You're full of cocky puck, or however the say is. You knew exactly what you were getting into. You hated being the secondary. You wanted to be the main person. You wanted to be Shanann, and you will never be the woman that Shanann was. I hope that pisses you off, because I am so aggravated that nobody's doing anything about this woman. It pisses me off. They're like, oh, well, this is not a witch hunt. This woman is living, breathing, and enjoying her life when she destroyed a family, when she knew, and then she cops this little attitude that she does. I didn't know. It's just me. I miss your face. Like, it's so disgustingly grotesque that this woman is allowed to do what she's doing, and yet she destroyed a family, and there's 4 people dead because of it. But yet, we're not going to look at it because you guys are just junior detectives, and you're just looking for a witch hunt. No, we can see the BS that we're looking at right now, and she was obsessed with Shanann. She wanted to be Shanann. She wanted to be an imaging copy of Shanann. Again, you will never, ever be Shanann. Ever. You'll be that little itty-bitty Nichol Kessinger that was the secondary person. Just saying.
He's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him and everything, and I just...
Fake tears here to come.
Little girls. They're so little. They're so little.
We talked a little bit earlier about getting some help for these things, and we can provide that.
Okay.
At really no cost.
Fake
Through the
tears.
One more can
Watch.
please want to make sure there's resolution.
Absolutely.
That's why we come to you guys to
Yeah.
pound it down
Hey,
until there's...
Watts actually told her this is a theory that has been held by many for a while, and that is that Christopher Watts met Nichol Kessinger long before June of 2018. That's when they both maintain they met one another at a fireworks event. So here is what Shanann Cadle's book says. Christopher told me he met NK at the gym where he worked out. When Shanann had her neck surgery, her parents stayed with them to help them with the children. They were living in the downstairs unfinished basement. That's where Christopher usually worked out. He joined a health club since he couldn't work out while they were living with them. I believe it was then in 2017 that he met NK on the evening of July 4th.
It would make sense because of the Google searches that Chris did and Nicole did that was almost a year beforehand. That was not a typo.
2017, Shanann, Christopher, and the girls went to the city fireworks. They were there as a family for the evening of fun and relaxation. He told me that NK came up and said hello and introduced herself to Shanann. I believe she could have been stalking him. I don't think that was a coincidence. My belief is she was fascinated with Shanann. We know she had searched for Shanann on social media sites. It became like a game. I want to take a factual look at what it is Nichol Kessinger actually did see and did know about the Watts family from what we know based on the discovery. But first, there's going to be a little speculation having to do with a day Shanann Watts was making a Facebook Live video. It happened to be Thanksgiving Eve, and some mean faces popped up on this.
Because Nicole wanted to be with Chris that day, and she couldn't because Chris was spending time with his family, and she was pissed. She was mad about it.
Screen, and she wondered what was going on with those mean faces.
She's like, who's doing that?
My name is Kelly, and I'm the creator of the channel Watts the Obsession, a true crime channel that covers more cases than the Watts case, but I definitely started this channel to cover the Watts case. Thank you so much for watching. Please click like and consider subscribing. I appreciate that you are here today watching this video. For people who have been following the Watts case from the beginning or who have started to follow the case recently, the question quickly arises, what did Nichol Kessinger know?
I actually know that Nichol Kessinger didn't change her name. For fact, she has written her name differently. It's been Nicole Smith, Nicole... What was the other one? Brain fart. Come back to me. But she has not legally actually changed her name. The only protection that she has had is from her father. Okay? It is not the CBI or FBI. She was a protected witness. She's not in the witness protection program. She was a protected witness in the beginning, but she was not actually protected, name changed, none of that stuff. Just saying.
And for how long did she know things about Chris Watts and about the Watts family? You may have seen this video of Shanann Watts cooking for Thanksgiving in the end of November in the year 2017. At some point, Shanann says, "So what's with the mean faces?" And I feel really bad for Shanann here. You notice very easily how quickly her demeanor changes, how quickly the tone of the video changes. And you can tell that she is pretty upset by seeing these mean faces. Now, in my opinion, Shanann was a pretty tough cookie. I don't think a few mean faces thrown up on one of her live streams was going to be enough to really throw her off the way these mean faces did. As you continue to watch this video, observe Shanann, and you can tell that she's troubled, that she's deep in thought, and that she's flustered. Many have asked the question, was it Nichol Kessinger who was perving around Shanann Watts' live streams and was throwing up these memes.
They actually stated that Nichol Kessinger on her laptop and her phone was religiously, daily, looking at Shanann's page. Looking at Chris Watts' page. Where's the information about Nichol Kessinger's computer at work? Like, those are the evidence that we would like to see as well. We still don't know what was on Chris Watts' phone. Why?
Mean faces while she was presenting a cooking show to her friends and family. What do you think about that? We're going to take a look at the timeline as it's presented in the Discovery and compare it with the social media record, the historical record that is left behind from Shanann Watts and others. And you're going to see that we can easily determine what it is Nichol Kessinger most likely or definitely saw as she was trying to take a peek into Chris Watts' life and his family. I think it's pretty disturbing. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let's take a look here at Shanann after she realizes someone's throwing up mean faces on her live stream.
What's the mean faces for?
I do the same thing. If I see some mean faces, I'm like, what's going on? There's a copyright issue, that's why.
That's awesome, Elaine. Chris can't cook. I'm trying to teach him how to cook.
You know what's funny is I sit there and I say the same thing about my fiance. I'm like, Deanna can't cook. But does that mean I hate my fiance? No. But then they'll be like on Shanann, be like, oh, she's so mean to Chris. Shut up.
Just the basic things.
Can he cook some pizza rolls? I mean,
but we're working on that still. I'm gonna go ahead and bake this real quick.
and you just knew Nichol Kessinger was watching this, just like, I wish Chris was with me. What are you doing with my man?
I know. I don't know. It's okay. They can do the mean faces.
So the next day, Shanann was live again. It was Thanksgiving Day. She was doing some Thanksgiving cooking with Bella. And someone asks her about the flowers, and she says, oh, it's just something nice that Chris did for me. I like colorful flowers.
Really mad.
Well, in all of the hours and hours and hours of Facebook videos that we have been able to watch that give us a glimpse into the Watts life, I don't recall Shanann ever mentioning that Chris has given her flowers. He doesn't seem like a big flower guy. What do you guys think about that? So, in my opinion, there must have been a reason that, you know, Chris ran out and got her those flowers.
Oh, please. Cece, be careful.
Now, when we refer to the Discovery doc...
Did you hear that? She said, Cece, be careful. That's a bad mom. Like, they'll literally put that out. They'll grab that. They'll be like, she's a terrible mom. Seriously?
We will find that Nichol Kessinger had already been texting the names of both Shanann Watts and Chris Watts prior to this date on Thanksgiving of 2017. Do you think that Nichol Kessinger was watching this family? Do you think it's possible that she was the one who threw up the mean faces? And do you think it's possible that Shanann just had a bad feeling about those?
She Googled Shanann and Chris September of 2017. So this would correlate with that information.
Those mean faces, or that she already suspected that something weird was going on.
I missed something. Thanks. Chris got them for me yesterday for fun. Are you good? Are you doing good, kid? I like colorful flowers. Do you like the flowers?
Since these Thanksgiving Day cooking videos were recorded on November 23rd and 24th of 2017, you might be wondering why anyone would ask if Nicole Kessinger may have been the person who threw up those mean faces on Shanann Watts' live video. Well, we know from the discovery that Nicole Kessinger first searched Chris Watts on August.
Oh yeah, it was August 3rd, and then it was September. That's when it started going like super hardcore.
3rd, 2017. Less than a month later, he searched Shanann Watts on September 1st, 2017, and she again searched Shanann Watts on January 7th, 2018. Long before Watts and Kessinger were supposedly dating. Let's take a look at some of the posts Nichol Kessinger saw when she searched for Chris Watts in August and Shanann in September of 2017.
A family that was thriving.
Kelly thrives. She's just, yeah, they're building like crazy.
She knew that they were married. She knew that she was pregnant. She knew that they weren't getting a divorce and all that stuff. So that's a complete lie that she said to federal investigators, which is a federal crime.
Behind me, Kelly. I'm excited. I have a large local in January. CEOs coming into town. There's going to be 300 plus people in a room. I'm excited to be hosting it with a bunch of incredible leaders. That probably pissed her off.
Right,
Bells?
Oh, that probably pissed her off.
I think Cece's in the potty. I gotta go. Unless Bella's gonna talk to you. Want to entertain him, Bella?
Yeah, she looked like a bad mom and bad spouse. Power couple. Couldn't imagine her life without him. You sneak those little chocolate chips, Bella.
These Thanksgiving Day videos were recorded after those first two searches when Kessinger searched for Chris Watts on August 3rd, 2017 and Shanann Watts on September 1st, 2017. And just a little bit before, she searched for Shanann Watts again on January 7th, 2018. The question that has been asked by many is, was it Miss Kessinger who threw up those mean faces on Shanann Watts live that threw Shanann Watts off so much? And by watching Shanann, do you get the sense that she knew something was off, that something was going on, that there was more to those mean faces than just some emojis?
Because Shanann would text her friend saying, I feel something, there's something wrong.
That were being thrown up on the screen. Now, before you come to a conclusion as an answer to that question, let me give you some more information and some more context. So it was in the August 16th interview with Nichol Kessinger between Kevin Kobach and Nichol Kessinger that in the video version of the August 16th interview, at least, Kevin Kobach says that there were another 153 pages of search results of searches conducted by Nichol Kessinger. Now, in addition to the search results that I just mentioned, for which Kessinger searched Chris or Shanann Watts long before the time that Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger both report they got together, which, according to their reports, was in the middle or end of June. Throughout the discovery, there are sprinkled several different mentionings of Google searches that Nichol Kessinger made.
It'd be pretty cool if she heard
now,
you.
when you add up those
FaceTime
Google
us later.
searches that are mentioned in the discovery, they absolutely
Anyway, I'm
positively
really
do
excited about the
not
local
equal
coming in
up
January,
to 153
January 17th.
pages of search results. So, what happened to the rest of those search
I washed the
results?
hands in the bathroom, by the way.
Did all of them
What is
have
what? The
nothing to
local
do
issue?
with Chris or Shanann Watts? I simply do not believe that.
She Googled a lot of
And
wrong things.
the ones that did have to do with Chris or Shanann Watts, why did they not appear in Discovery,
They went missing.
yet other searches, like the ones I just mentioned, and the ones that are sprinkled throughout the Discovery timeline, why did those searches get included in the Discovery? It seems at times, my friends, that what is included in the Discovery documents for this case is arbitrary, haphazard, and at times just makes no sense. Or do the search results and the other information that's included in Discovery seem so chaotic because law enforcement wanted the information to seem that way? Are they in fact covering something up?
I'm telling you, that is why this case is so explosive on the internet, is because things were not done right, things are missing, things have been covered up, people were not talked to like they should be. Nichol Kessinger went free and wasn't actually interrogated properly. If all those T's and I's were dotted properly, this case would have been closed and quiet. But that's why this case continuously is a vast majority of big topics to talk about when it comes to murder cases, murder mysteries, and stuff like that, because it's not finished. And this even shows it too. Who else would sit there and put mad emojis to Shanann? Who? The only one that would have anything to gain from it would be either Chris or Nichol Kessinger. Comment your guys' thoughts down below. Please be positive. Please be obviously respectful. I'd definitely love to hear you guys' opinions and theories if Nichol Kessinger was obsessed with Shanann. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Please debate it down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video. When you guys see there is 2 different playlists, make sure you guys click on those and binge watch on Zawoki. You guys will have hours of enjoyment, and there's tons to enjoy. Again, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time.